Hello, this is Holly with Holly's Joys, and today I'm going to talk about having been raised by a potentially narcissistic parent. And by potentially, I mean they were not formally diagnosed by any means, and I'm not trying to diagnose. I'm just telling you that the symptoms that I have as an adult, the behaviors that I carry as an adult, are those that people who were raised by a narcissist have. Now, I do know that my mother had some mental illness issues, and I don't know how specific the doctors got with her because it was never shared with me. And I do talk about some of the events that happened when I was a kid that really worked to form her in a good light. But now I'm talking about how I behave, how I personally behave, and the things that I'm working on changing for myself. One of those things, I have a very strong habit of dodging any compliment. And I'm made very uncomfortable by any kind of compliment. Even though inside, I'm like anybody else. I want to have people like me. I want to have compliments. I want to look presentable and have people say, oh, you look nice today or whatever. Not today, but, periodically when I've put in a little bit of effort. Anyway, you know what I'm talking about. So I'm bringing this one up because just recently I had something happen that I was like, oh, okay, there it is. So I'm becoming more aware of how it manifests itself into my actual life. So let me tell you about what happened. So I have someone in my circle, close family circle, that I love dearly. Oh my gosh, lay my heart on the ground for that person. And they struggle with addiction and have for 20 plus years. So it's been an ongoing, traumatic, difficult, hardship of the heart kind of thing. So about 3 years ago or 4, I wrote a book, and it's called Musing My Way to Peace While Loving an Addict. And it's just poetry style writings, and I put a journaling prompt in there. And I really enjoyed it. It helped me a lot to process how I was feeling around this person and to grow. And then recently, over the last 2 years, I've been writing another book, and it is called The Next 12 Steps from Surviving to the Life That You Deserve. And it is much more practical. And so it took me a bit longer to write. It's practical how to do things. And, excuse me, so this second book, The Next 12 Steps from Surviving to Having the Life That You Deserve, has just come out. And I attend a group, a 12-step group for family members who have addiction and their close people that they love. So it's for family and friends of those who do have the dis-ease of addiction. And I had put this online that, hey, my book is ready, it's out, it's on Amazon, if you're interested, So I go to the class, and I had a couple of people approach me, so congratulations, and I'm just like, really, I felt this kind of wall come up, and it's sad because I really think that what I've written, it's just tips and tricks that I have done to find a peaceful and happy and joyous life. And I think we all want that, don't we? Peace, happy, joy, and actually the person who in my circle is doing better because I'm doing better. That's how it works. If you do well, I do well. You're in a happy mood, I'm much better, right? So I think the book is really good. But yet when somebody compliments me or encourages me about it, I'm like, oh, well, yeah, but I'm doing videos on my cat. That's what I said. And so that has been a lifelong habit of deflecting any kind of positive attention, any kind of complimentary attention. I dodge it off and bring into another topic, which even I find that very strange. So I'm going to make that more of a priority in my life to overcome. And I just wanted to share that story with you. And the interesting thing about it is I take on when you criticize. So when somebody says, hey, you're not very good at blah, 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 whatever it is, or I don't like the way you whatever, whatever, I really take that on, which is strange. Why can't I just flip those? Dodge off those things and take on the compliments. Anyway, that's what I'm going to be trying to do. But, my mother was the potential narcissist in my family. My dad was a super enabler. He was a great guy, nice guy, but he really enabled my mom to just be brutal with us kids. And it was just me and my sister, but she was very brutal to me, and nobody ever really said anything about it. And I also have a lot of negative self-talk. So if you say something that's corrective or whatever, negative about me, I take it on. I'm chewing on it. And I am better, but I'm going to now give this area some attention because my book is good. And if that is you, and I also think the principles that I have discovered that are working for me in order to relate to the person that I love who has addiction, I think they work in other relationships because it's helping me with my husband who's handicapped, and he's challenging for me because I'm taking on more of a caregiver. That's becoming more and more. So it is challenging. Those challenging relationships that you love that person or you really deeply care about that person, and they're just hard to get along. And so if you can take care of your own mental health, like your internal dialogue, what you think about yourself, what you take on, and if you have someone who has narcissism and they're in your circle and they're just kind of like my mom did, training you to deflect the compliments and to take on the criticisms, maybe it'll help you. And I think that the reason that I'm noticing that and now being able to make it a priority is because I've done the work in this book. And now I'm ready. So anyway, I heard this information about the criticalness of narcissisms on a Jerry Weiss video, Wise. So if you want to look at his videos, they are really good. And I've gotten a lot out of the ones that I have watched, and maybe you will too. So anyway, once again, my name's Holly. Go to Holly's Joys on YouTube and subscribe. I also have cat videos and art videos and, different things. And I hold a license in metaphysical, spiritual ministries. And so I do some spiritual type videos too. Anyway, that's just FYI. And if you want to see what my art looks like, you can go on Patio Pet on Facebook and check it out and follow. So hopefully we'll all be better next time I do a video. So we'll see you next time. Have a great day and think well of yourself. Put an effort in to think well of yourself and dodge off any kind of negative vibes someone's sending you. We'll talk to you later. Bye.